Hi, Greg Sutton for Acoustic Guitar Magazine. We're here with Grammy Award winner Jason Isbell, and he's going to talk about the new Martins. And Scott?
They want me to do the interviewing. Can you?
Scott?
Let's give them something that we haven't given them yet.
Okay.
How about let's talk about the day you visited and sat down with Fred in the custom shop and all those fabulous people there. Mr. Martin was there. We walked through you were pretty immersed.
Yeah.
And you had some ideas of what you want to accomplish. What changed throughout the day? What did we sell you, and what did you sell us as far as what you wanted in the guitar?
Well, I mean, I wanted to make something that was accessible, so I didn't want to just go over the top with frills, you know. And I think basically what we reached that day was a good balance of an instrument that I would want to play myself, even if it wasn't my own signature model, and also one that people could afford to take and buy and play and not just collect, you know. I didn't want to make just a collector's model guitar. I wanted it to be something that people could actually use and work with on the road. And I think the way that we achieved that was in part by going with the D-18, which worked great for me because I love mahogany, but also, you know, keeping the guitar pretty simple. We didn't do a lot of inlay. We didn't make it look a whole like you know, a crazy ornate instrument. It's pretty simple. I mean, there's a little bit here at the 12th fret, but other than that, it looks like a tool. And that's kind of how I think about guitars. I think the most classic designs are that way, the ones that age the best, and I think the ones that reflect the kind of music that I make, you know. You can't really sing working man's music with a guitar that's got diamonds all over it, you know.
I understood. So, you know, we consider you one of our family, and thank you. And you know, when you look at our latest catalog, it says 11,000 years of service when they're showing everybody who works there, which is a pretty dynamic number. What did you learn about the soul of Martin guitar and guitar building when you were there?
You know, everybody I ran into, I've been to Martin a couple times, and everybody I've run into, they really seem like they take a lot of pride in the work that they do. That's not always the case, you know. A lot of times a company starts out small, they do something really good, and it gets popular, and they grow exponentially, and then that sort of ruins what was good about them in the first place, you know. And I didn't get that feeling at Martin. It still felt like a small community of people who really, you know, really cared about the work. And I think at the end of the day, even though there are a lot of guitars that get made there, you know, every week, I can't remember how many they said a week Fred was telling us, but it's some insane number of guitars. I still felt like people they felt like their jobs were valued, you know, and from the custom shop folks to people who were spraying the lacquer on to everybody else, you know.
Indeed, I agree wholeheartedly with you about that, and my coworkers, and every chance I get, they're not here. They don't get to experience this, how dynamic these shows are, and when we have somebody like Jason come by the booth, and I like to give them props because they really deserve it. They're craftspeople, and you know, they're up at farmers' hours, 5:45 in the morning starting and getting it done. Hey, we haven't shown them the guitar much, and we're going to show this beautiful, you know, the wording we've been using around the building is that it's based on a D-18 golden era,
Right.
with authentic, you know, crossover points, and there's some aesthetics that are a bit unusual to a dreadnought, and they're integrated in this guitar. If you want to expound on the bridge, the rosette in this beautiful dreadnought mahogany with a Adirondack. Did you get vintage tone system on this, the aged, or?
I don't think that they're doing.
I don't know offhand. I'm sorry.
I don't think they're cooking the tops on these. I don't think so, because I think we were trying to decide between using the hide glue and the torrefied top, and I decided to use hide glue and then let the top sort of settle in, which makes some people happy. I know. I talked to George Gruen about it. He likes the top to age on their own. He says that changes something about the overtones. I don't know. I've heard both sides of the argument. I have guitars that are made both ways that I really enjoy, so I don't know. But yeah, this tiny little bridge here, I think, really makes the guitar look huge. And I don't know, that's good for me. I'm a big person, so I like a big looking guitar. Also, I like the pyramid bridge. It's actually comfortable for me because my right hand rests sort of right underneath the bridge, which is probably not where it's supposed to be. If I was an educated flat picker, I'd keep my fingernails right here like you're supposed to. But the rosette was inspired by the Ditson rosette on that guitar that's in the Martin factory that we saw. Very simple, but I think it looks really good, especially with the black binding. And then we went with these Schaller tuners, and you know, that's not something that you see a lot on Martin dreadnoughts. You know, it's very similar to the butter beans, but I think they work equally as well, and they look really cool. You know, I like having a silver logo with the matte silver tuners. I think it makes this guitar stand out a little bit.
This has a serious neck on it. Serious neck on this guitar.
Yeah, it is. It's not tiny, and it's you know, I'll tell you one thing I have noticed though, playing this guitar live, is the radius as the guitar as it goes up the neck, it's not so dramatic.
It flattens out.
Yeah, I can still make bar chords up here, which is something I can't do with all of my dreadnoughts. This one's a lot easier. There's one song in particular that when we play it live, if I'm using another D-18, I have to put my foot up on the drum riser to hit that bar chord. And I noticed with this guitar, I can do it without having to brace myself. So it's really comfortable up here for me. But yeah, I think I was telling somebody earlier, if this is not enough guitar for you, then you must know more about guitars than I do, because it does everything I need an acoustic guitar to do.
Very well said. Thanks again, Jason, and thanks for Acoustic Guitar Magazine stopping by. Day one, Anaheim NAMM. Jason flew in here. He's been so gracious to give us a couple of hours, and then he's out. So for us, thank you so much.
Thank you.